Alrighty, welcome to the Nightshade Newbie Guide stream. We are going to be continuing as a free-to-play player, running with our green set, which you can get from the general store in town, running with our Guard's Katana, Guard's Bow, and our Feeble Ring of Rejuvenation. I've also got a couple of healing items here. Omega-3 fatty acid diet, we've got Harnvis Hopper, which heals us for 300 health. We've got our crude fishing net and our rune hide gloves for scavenging and fishing, and then a portal scroll if things get a little bit too much to handle, and then we also have a vital health potion and a vital energy potion. Alrighty, let's dive into Isle of Arl'Endith. Alright, here's some of the critters we're going to be facing up against, and hopefully we get some of these sweet resources here. Alright, diving into a 3-tier map with uncommons. Off we go. Let's do it. Alright, here we are, nice and bright, out on the sands. It's like Salt Beach, but not Salt Beach. Okay, so we're just going to be running with greens. A lot of these mobs we've actually seen already in the previous maps. So far, out of the tier 3 maps running with greens, I would say Vism Vaults was definitely the hardest. But let's see, I haven't done this one before. Okay, here's a new mob, Orc Guard. We haven't seen him in previous maps before. So he's a unique mob on Isle of Arl'Endith for free-to-play players. Alright, so this Guard's Bow, I must say, is actually, you know, even though it's a virtual item and you can lose it, it's really not that bad. And this Katana, I mean, I favor the Katana just because I'm a sword guy. The axe is also good. You get a good amount of damage and mobility with the one-hand axe, but I personally am just more of a sword guy. And so far, most of these mobs can actually be dealt with close range. Okay, I know these Necro Knights, they're a step up from the Hood Goblins, so we want to be practicing that backstep with these dudes. Anything that you can't kill in kind of one hit, or if you don't get those final blows in, you want to get a backstep in, just to get out of the way, save some health. Seems obvious, but sometimes we get on autopilot mode and we forget to backstep. Can save your life. Alright. Okay, this map has loads of space to move around, so you probably don't even have to get up close and personal if you don't want to. Very chilled so far. And yeah, playing a map with space really will get you used to your movement mechanics. Alright, let's see. Scavenging. Some spinel. Wow. I feel like I'm in the swamps again. Okay, here we go, lock-in. Let's see what the lock-in room has in store for us. Ooh, okay, this Possessor takes quite a few hits of the bow, actually. 2 right clicks. I know these guys take 2. Orc Guard. You can take 1 right click of your Katana. Oops, my mouse is freaking out here a bit. That doesn't help. Okay, a little bit of face tankage here. Done. Let's grab this scavenging spot here. Okay, so far, so good. And we got a cactus. Nice. Nice useless cactus. Awesome. Alright. Hopefully all these resources will have more uses in the future. Alright, let's get stuck in this lock-in room here. Okay, these Cyclops are pretty chilled if a wolf doesn't spawn and splash your damage. Okay, chilled. Okay, Necro Knight. Not to be taken lightly with greens. And let's just get this Possessor out the way, Good Goblin out the way, and then deal with the Orc Guard. Chilled. Okay, no real problems there so far. If anything, we're just running a little bit low on energy, but that's not really an issue. Okay. Alright, a snake, finally. Something to take into account. Okay, so I want to try to time your attacks around the snake's attack, or the slither. Whenever the slither attacks, you kind of want to make sure you're in a position to be able to dodge. Also, this is Cliff trying to bait you. When he puts a fishing spot what is seemingly in an open area, you're actually going to aggro all the mobs and they're going to come after you. So we're not going to do that. We're going to clear this area first. Fight these mobs on our terms. That's what you want. Okay. Chill. Let's see here. Fishing. So the idea of these tutorials is to get new players to really learn to love their green items, because the truth is, if you're not looking to invest, you better get good with these green items, because they are going to be your best friends for a long time, until you get a good drop. And then if you've kind of mastered these items, anything you get is going to make you feel super powerful. So if you can get your movement mechanics going, alright, there, I just fell for the trap. Here they all come. Alright, let's create some distance. Alright, here, let's 1v1 this guy. Let's get up close and personal. So, you want to bait him for an attack, retaliate. Bait, retaliate. Bait, counter. They literally cannot touch you. Alright, so you gotta get those little micro back steps happening. Okay, let's continue. Let's see here. Nice and chilled. Got some chilled music going on in the background. Okay, this is a very relaxing map in comparison to Vism. We'll see what Trail has in order after this one. But no real kind of strategic issues yet. If you've already started doing the back step and, you know, switching between left click attacks and right click attacks and using your shift for pre-attack, you should be just fine. It's just more about choosing when to attack, picking off the mobs that can poison you and give you that DPS, and not freak out when there's a whole bunch of them running at you. Unless there's a whole bunch of them running at you and you should be freaking out. Alright, this is still looking all very chilled. Now, even these little dudes, you can trigger them to attack and then backstep, see? Okay, let's get some fish. Hopper, nice. Okay, so far we haven't really had to heal or anything. The ring is doing all the healing for us. Definitely a great item for a free virtual. Absolute necessity. Okay, let's try. Whoa, okay, didn't get away soon enough. Alright, there we go. So, in terms of playstyle, I like to switch between bow and sword. And nice, I got a raw electric emperor. This is a great food item if you can cook it, or if you can fish it out. I mean, obviously you have to be level 22 fishing to be able to find it. So it just goes to show that if you have your skills up and you have your starter green set, you can still find awesome loot in these maps. It might take you a little bit longer, sure, but if you're talking about timing and speed runs and efficiency, then you might as well invest in some items. But if you just want to play the game, enjoy it, and get good, and not invest, you can definitely, there is a pathway for you. And that is the point of these videos. Show you that it's actually quite fun. All the maps feel like a good challenge when you don't have what they would call OP gear, overpowered gear. Because also what can happen, sometimes when you have really good gear and relics, you become complacent. You stop trying to dodge, you just go into face tank mode, and sometimes you get a bit cocky and the map can get the better of you. Ooh, that was unlucky. This thing spawned in the shadow of his friend. Okay. I would say this is a good map to practice on for pretty much anything. Just because you've got some tougher mobs that will force you to dodge or take damage. And you've got lots of space to move around. Which makes it kind of a bit more manageable. Alright, let's pull them away from that snake. Alright, so I'm all out of energy. Let's try ration our left clicks a bit more. There we go. Let's just try use some left click action here for a bit. Okay, backstep. There we go. Alright. While that energy returns. Let's see, left click. Okay, here we're in a bit of trouble, so I'm gonna have to use some of these right clicks. Let's try it. Okay. So out of all of those, only one hit me. Decent. Oof, okay, this guy takes 2. Okay, but still very, very chilled map, I would say. Honestly, if you can do Vism with your greens and some healing items and really, you know, sneak around the corners and things, I would say definitely check out my Vism Vaults video. I have saved it as a highlight, so you guys can go back and check that out whenever it suits you. Alright, let's see here. Okay, these summoners are a bit of a pain, especially with greens. You kind of are not going to be able to get them down quick enough to stop them from summoning. So you're just going to have to deal with a few hordes of watchers. Here they come. Okay, another tactic you can do is actually just go straight for him. And then deal with the riffraff afterwards. Okay. Nice. Okay, the old split in the road. Okay. Not so great when they stack up on each other like this. So you want to try split them up. Okay, let's scavenge something here. Spinel, nice. Okay, so at this point I've kind of used up all my slots, so I can either prioritize or, you know, let's eat a fish, why not? Food is there to be eaten. I don't really need it, but just to make some space here. Probably over prepared. Okay. Oh no, I fell for the trap. Here they all come. Okay, so let's deal with them here. Oh, it's starting to rain outside. I hope that doesn't interfere with the stream too much. I'll just speak a little bit louder. Alright. Okay, this is all very chilled. I mean, nothing unexpected here. Except that I do feel, I'm starting to feel that health isn't the problem, but maybe more energy. So maybe balancing my loadout in the next few maps will make more sense to bring more energy support with, rather than just health items. Okay, got it. Let's backtrack a little bit here. And let's eat another fish and pick up a fish, why not? Just to note, the one upper hand I do have because of my level is because of the champion rewards. I actually have some extra energy regeneration. Does it actually say energy? Yeah, it does. Okay, so you know, at level 20 you get some more energy regeneration and 40. So that'll take you up to 500. So those are probably the best bonuses you get besides the stash at the adventure pass. That's really cool. Alright. Try to take him down. Yes, before he spawned. Or summoned. Nice. Okay. One of these little dudes. Good old rune. Okay, I can definitely feel things are starting to get a little bit more challenging with the greens. I think they're only going to get harder and harder, but we're going to do our best. We will fight on. Okay. So when I say free to play, I guess, you know, some of these maps are member maps. So you would need a pendant, so it's not necessarily free, but when you get your skills up, you'll be able to afford pendants with gold and buy them from other players who are actually supporting Cliff and flipping pendants for gold. So that is an option. There are a lot of people who do that just to keep their gold supplies up. I generally don't do that. I'm one of the people who buy with my sweaty grinded gold. So but it does depend on your skill levels, because if you can find higher valued gear from your scavenging and your mining, and you can play maps where you can get that gear, you can, you know, sell all those items for gold. Alright. Here we go. Wood Goblin. These possessors are really nothing to worry about either. They do look cool though. Okay, so let me just switch here. Let's do a fish for a fish. Why not? Not really too worried about trying to be efficient. It's more just about being able to do it, you know? You can always work on efficiency once you've gotten comfortable with a map. But, you know, I've been spending a lot of time in general trying to help a lot of players in the text, you know, in the text box. And I see a lot of them asking about, like, you know, what level do I have to be for which map? And the truth is, the maps are all playable so far, at least up until Isle. So we're gonna do Trail after this one and see how it feels. Okay, this one feels really cool. Getting a lot of practice with the back steps. Like I said, putting a lot of emphasis on the backstepping. So if you haven't heard me say backstep yet, start practicing those backsteps. Okay, here come these. Whoa, okay, mob spawned right on me. Did not expect that. Nice, I got lucky with the mob missing me there. Also very cool mechanic that Cliff has brought in this previous patch is that the mobs have the ability to miss you. But they can also get a crit sometimes, which does suck. I think in my Shallow Swamps video, you can actually see one of the fairies lands a crit on me. Okay, and that's it. That's it for Isle. Very, very straightforward and chilled. I probably didn't even need to use my fish. I just ate them because I was making more room for loot. So you could probably run this and farm it if you're, you know, skillful enough. And yeah, I didn't play like extremely carefully. I kind of did run into certain situations and take a couple, extra hits of damage here and there. So this is definitely a playable map as a newbie. So when I say newbie, I just mean someone who's going to be running around with greens. You can be a skillful newbie. All right, that's it. That's it for Isle. Isle of Arl'Endith has come to and endeth. Scored some gold, some experience, some cool fishy loot which we can cook up. These spinels are good for alchemy. I think this cactus is actually used to make one of the rings, but other than that, no other real use that I know of. Skeletal bones, they'll be used in forging. who knows what Slither Skin is going to be used for other than triggering you thinking you got a drop. Alrighty guys, Isle of Arl'Endith. We'll see you in Trail Woods at the next one. Cheers.